This is how Solana will get to a new all-time high. My name is mikemadz. Let's start. Before we start the video, please do me a huge favor. Please like, comment below, check out my links in the description and subscribe. Before we get to the technicals here, couple updates on Solana. First things first, daily active addresses. As you can clearly see, Solana here surpassing Ethereum in this metric, okay? Keep in mind, Solana, much lower market cap, much newer project, surpassing Ethereum here. So Solana does not lack one thing, and that is adoption, okay? One reason here for this spike is most probably the mad lad mint, where even Ethereum and other blockchain enthusiasts jumped over to Solana to get a mad lad here. Unfortunately, after two sleepless nights, I was not fortunate enough to get a mad lad. It is what it is. But going back to this metric here, super impressive here, showing strength for Solana. But next thing up that surprised me and surprised many people actually is this post right here. Partnership of the Solana Foundation with Mastercard here to work on tools to verify interactions. Huge news. And this shows me one thing, that the trust in Solana is getting back here again. Of course, Mastercard would not choose Solana with the recent sentiment we had. Super bullish news. Keep in mind, it's not only with Solana here, also with Aptos, Avalanche, and a couple other layer ones. However, though, of course, very reassuring to see Solana on this list. The last topic here I want to cover before we get to the technicals is the sentiment topic on Solana. Why? Because I keep seeing Solana popping up here in the news again, and slowly but surely with a positive sentiment and a positive underlining here in the message. Of course, FTX is still here looming in the background, and of course people did not forget about it. However, the separation here of FTX and Solana is slowly but surely taking place, and we have to see where it goes here in the future, of course. This is one of the biggest risks for Solana, still in my personal opinion. However, as of now, the developments in this regard here are actually positive. The separation is taking place and people are starting to realize that we don't need FTX, we don't need that certain VC fund here in order to survive. To the technicals here, of course, I have to add, of course, this is just speculation, guys. Nothing is with a certainty. If someone sits here and tells you things are going to happen with 100% certainty, my personal opinion, it's time to run and it's time to close your ears and do your own research, okay? One thing we can say with a certainty, and that is the Bitcoin halving will be around of April next year. That is certain, coded in, and it will happen with a 100% guarantee, and it usually affects the markets, of course, okay? Another thing we can look at here is that Solana is above its own bull market support band, which of course is a bullish thing. We're trying to be above the bull market support band, and not just for a couple weeks, it's actually for a long enough period of time, which reassures me, okay? I have to add here, this low we had for Solana, I don't think we will see those lows again. Why? Because this low here was a psychological low. It was driven by a black swan event by FTX, and we were super oversold here, as you can see. And usually those prices here, I don't think we will see them again. Okay, it was a psychological black swan driven price movement. Of course, from the all-time high, it's a normal thing. Okay, altcoins drop even further. However, Solana is a super strong project, and I don't see this low being hit again. Okay, not financial advice. Another thing we can see here, we're slowly creating higher lows, and as I said, we're above the bull market support band. I have been in the market since 2016, and I can say that seasonality is actually a thing with crypto and markets in general. And this is why I personally wouldn't be surprised to see some sort of correction here in the summer months, the summer low. Especially you need to keep in mind from the low here, we're up 195%. So a correction, a healthy correction here in the summer months would not surprise me. And you have to keep in mind, this is not a negative thing. This would present a huge opportunity to load up on Solana here before we go into the parabolic phase. Usually that summer break lasts until October here. October should be a time frame where we know that the Fed has pivoted, paused, or that the recessionary issues are out of the window. So it coincides with that. And this is the time frame where I see Solana here testing a final time here, the bull market support band, hold it as support, and then we go from here into the next bracket here, the clear bracket of Solana being in the $50 region mark, okay? Then we have the Bitcoin halving in April. Keep in mind here, of course, during the halving, Bitcoin doesn't reach the all-time high exactly during the halving day. This usually happens a couple months after that. So usually 6 months after that is when Bitcoin reaches all-time high. That would be somewhere around October here, 2024. And this would be the time frame where liquidity, massive, substantial liquidity flows from Bitcoin into the altcoins. So I see Solana being at much higher valuations in around the time frame of October to February 2025. Of course, I know many people expect a new all-time high this year for Solana. I don't think that's the case. You have to take a positive out of that though. This is a time to accumulate in projects you are bullish in, and this is the time to have super low valuations for this project. Of course, you have to pick the projects that you believe in. My personal opinion, this accumulation phase here for Solana can be life-changing if you stick to your goal and if you have the right time frames here in your mind. All right, coming to the end of the video, of course, again, this is just speculation, and this is the things how I see them, as I have been in the markets for a long time, and usually things tend to take longer than most people think, okay? This is not here to discourage you. Maybe I'm wrong, of course. Maybe everything here I just told you will be front run as banks are collapsing, and maybe Bitcoin peaks earlier and then flows into altcoins. So there is many roads here to a new all-time high, and there is of course also roads to a new all-time low. So you have to prepare for everything. This is how I see the market. This is how I am planning my strategy. You have to come up with your own, okay? At the end of the day, guys, do your own research, be bullish on yourself, and don't get wrecked.